Hello, my name is Mike Kofoid, and I'm here today to demonstrate the benefits and features of the new Taylor grill, referred to as the crown jewel of cooking. Today I'm going to be demonstrating with the model C810, which is a 3-platen electric grill. But all of the Crown Series grills will have the same features and benefits that I will be showing you today. A number of changes have been made to enhance the performance of this grill. The first is the actual cooking element itself. To ensure more even and thorough heat, we have now designed into this grill 2 separate heater elements. Each one of these elements are now individually monitored by its own thermocouple. So we will have a top front zone and a top rear zone, each independently monitored by its own thermocouple to ensure that we have a very even heat profile. We have also improved the sheet metal, the stainless steel sheet metal that is surrounding the heater element. And by design, we have made it much easier to clean, which will ultimately help and promote and reduce grease and/or carbon buildup, which leads to additional M&R cost. The other feature of this upper platen is that we use a 3-point stance. This 3-point stance will ensure that the entire upper cook surface is always on a level plane. This will ensure that gapping from a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis is much more consistent and will require less service calls. The other thing that we have done is we have added a new style of release sheet. I think this is one of the best improvements that we have done in some time. These new sheets, which may vary in color, but in my case I have one side that is black and the other side that is a gray in color. The difference in the colors are in reference to use. The stores are recommended to rotate from black on Monday to gray on Tuesday and then back to black on Wednesday in that manner to promote a longer and extended life of the Teflon sheets. The question always comes up, how long does a Teflon sheet last? I can suggest to you that handled properly, cleaned on a regular basis, cleaned with a mild soap and then laid flat on a table and allowed to air dry and rotated properly, each sheet should give you approximately 2 weeks worth of usage. Now, that can also vary based on the volume of product at the store. So, please let me demonstrate. Holding the release sheet in this manner, placing it down on the surface, and then closing the platen. You simply attach the clip, stretch the sheet out, and apply the holding clip. It's a very, very simple procedure to install and remove. It minimizes also the chance of you burning yourself when you're installing or removing the Teflon sheets. Now, the next feature is in relationship to the lower cook surface. We have added an etched area that will help promote the patty placements for the crew people as they receive their new grill. We have also added identifying marks in 3 sections of the lower cook surface, which will be used to identify the thermocouple position for the process of calibrating this grill. It will allow the crew people or a service technician to understand where to place the surface pyrometer during the calibration process. Now, the other feature of this is on the lower cook surface there are 3 separate and independent heaters. Just like the upper cook surface, The lower heaters are individually monitored by its own thermocouple. And for the same reason, the thermocouples operating independently are going to keep and maintain a very constant heat profile. The raise button, it does one thing, and of course that is raise the upper platen. Whether that is from a standby position or if there's a need to cancel a cook cycle while it's in process, the operator need only to press this button once and he can then discontinue a cook cycle. The standby button has two purposes. Pressing the standby button once, it will initiate a cook cycle. Pressing that button twice, it will then put the machine into the standby mode of operation, which for all intent and purposes is an energy conservation mode. The control itself will have a potential of 6 different screens. Each one of the screens has the capability of 13 different products, with a total of 75 total products that could be programmed into each one of these controls. I believe this is perhaps the easiest control that we have ever put on a grill for the operator to use and also for technicians to understand. It is very, very user-friendly. One additional exciting feature that I'd also like to mention is that this control now has a USB port. Presently, the USB port is on the control behind the panel. There's a very valuable use for this. With the number of items that you are capable of programming in here, the USB port is giving you the capability to download all of the information on a control and then take that information and very easily upload it to another control. What this feature does is saves you a great deal of time, in fact, of having to manually type in all of the settings, names, times, temps, and parameters. The USB port in this feature is a very, very useful tool, not only for the store and the crew person, but also our service technicians. As perhaps software changes or upgrades occur with this USB port, it will make changing software or upgrading software extremely easy and very, very fast. In the very near future, we can expect to have the USB port relocated on the front panel of the grill. This should make the access to change and upgrade or change software versions just that much easier. There are 3 additional accessories that come with the grill. 2 of the grease cans, 9 release sheets, and the squeegee tool. There's also an optional tool holder kit. This would provide very easy access for the operator for both of the grill tools. And now let's do some cooking. I'll press the standby button once. The upper plat will lower itself and then automatically position itself to the proper gap setting that's been programmed in for this product. Now, cook timer now is expired. The plat will automatically raise itself. I will now remove the padding. The crown jewel cooking. It sells itself.